My name is CS Omshekar. As I told you, uh, under GST, we have to file RFD 01 in order to get the refund processed. So under RFD 01, we have separate, and different statements under which we have to fill in the details about, multiple things. So that we are going to cover as part of this presentation today. First, we have to download Statement 3 Excel utility from GST portal. The same could be found inside the refund application under Statement 3. Fill in the details of invoice along with the corresponding FIRC details, invoice-wise details, that is each invoice which has been raised during the period for which refund is sought for have to be filled, and along with that, against that particular invoice, FIRC details, that is foreign inward remittance details for those invoices, should also be filled in the Excel utility. After the details are filled, validate the file. If any error which comes up or throws up, we will have to correct by maybe the invoice amount or invoice numbering. Anything may be missed out or maybe having any kind of error that has to be resolved before we could generate a JSON file. And once we generate the JSON file after correcting all these errors, that has to be uploaded to the GST portal under RFD 01. However, we need to keep some of the points to be noted while uploading Statement 3. Those are: prepare invoice level details for GSTR1 from GSTR1. Say, for example, we have filed GSTR1 with invoice number 001, and while uploading Statement 3, if it is only 03, it will not accept it. So we'll have to ensure that 003 has been updated in the invoice level details. Prepare a reconciliation between export invoices and FIRC copies. So we should have correlation between the export invoices and the remittance what we received from the party who are outside India, and that should match exactly with the invoice amount. So please do ensure that invoice details are exactly matching with GSTR1. Even a small hyphen in the invoice number or a space or difference in the amount of say 0.01 in invoice value will not be accepted, and the portal will throw up an error. And now it's time to see how the calculation of adjusted turnover will be done. So as per FIRCs, what we have collected and what we have filed, based on that zero rated supplies under refund of export of services without payment of GST, the amount of ZT, that is zero rated supplies, will be calculated. And after that, we have to calculate the domestic sales, that is total domestic sales happened during the relevant filing period as per the books of accounts. That should be denoted as DT. And adjusted turnover will be AT is equal to, that is adjusted turnover is equal to zero rated turnover plus domestic turnover. I hope that's clear. Next point is going to be like, we have to ensure that details of input tax credit also to be plugged in to the return. So in Annexure B, we provide the details of ITC on invoice level basis for which the refund is claimed. Ensure that all the invoices are uploaded or the details have been plugged in. The refund is being claimed for RCM. If at all it is claimed for RCM inputs, we'll have to ensure that invoice, that is vendor invoice, self invoice, if there is no vendor invoice, GSTR 3B and payment challan has to be submitted along with the refund application as a proof of payment. Once the refund application is filed, the amount of refund what we sought for will be debited over electronic credit ledger for the refund amount claimed. So then we'll have to give an extract of the ECL as well, that is electronic credit ledger extract, also to be submitted to authorities. If at all the refund amount is more than 2 lakhs, we have to ensure that a certificate from chartered accountant has to be submitted along with the refund application to the department. So that's very important point we have to keep in mind. Then we have to also calculate the proportionate amount of refund that should be processed. However, the portal will automatically calculate the proportionate amount of refund which will be provided to the client. However, we have to ensure that we need to submit separate calculation as an attachment to the application. So how to calculate that proportionate amount of refund? So let me just explain. The amount of refund is equal to zero rated turnover, as I told you in the earlier slide, ZT, divided by AT, that is adjusted turnover, multiplied by net ITC claimed. Whatever the ITC we have claimed during that relevant period is going to be the refund amount which we are going to get. So now let's discuss about the list of documents required to be submitted along with the refund application. Copy of all sales invoices and debit notes as per GSTR 1, declaration and explanation for the difference between books and GSTR 1, copy of FIRCs, copy of purchase invoices, reconciliation between GSTR 1 and FIRC, calculation of amount of refund that I told you in the earlier slide, extract of ECL as discussed, copies of GST return. So this is not required actually because the department can easily extract the GST returns from the portal. However, if the authority is not able to generate those returns, they may ask for, so we'll have to provide. Certificate by SEA if the refund amount exceeds 2 lakhs. Certificate from the banker for realization of export. Sometimes what happens if FIRC copies may not be clear, or if the authority asks for the confirmation from the banker, we may have to provide this certificate from the banker. And the other various declaration as per the provisions, those we are going to discuss in the next slides. Some of the declaration what we have to give is that we have to give a declaration under section 54 subsection 3 that we have not availed any drawbacks of central excise, service tax, central tax on goods or services or both, and we have not claimed any refund of IGST on supplies in respect of GST has been claimed. And we should also give a declaration that application does not include ITC availed on goods or services used for making nil rated or exempt supplies. And also we have to give stating that SEZ or SEZ developer has not availed input tax credit of the tax applicant. This is applicable for SEZ units or co-developers or developers. And also a self-declaration stating that the refund amount what we are claiming for the so-and-so period is the incidence of such tax has not been passed on to any other person as an ITC. So we should not be passing that ITC to somebody else as an input tax credit. And also there should be a self-declaration stating that we have not prosecuted at any offense under CGST or IGST Act or any other existing laws in force, which is of the amount of tax exceeding 250 lakhs, that is 2,50,000. So these are declaration which has to be provided along with the refund application with a signature of a director or an authorized representative or a proprietor or a partner of the firm. So as the case may be, based on the model of the business, and this declaration has to be attached along with the refund application. Some declarations will also be there with while submitting the application. However, we need to take a separate declaration and attach to the refund application and submit to the department. That's all about processing the refund. So thank you very much for watching the video.